Welcome to It's Personal. We take everything personal. My name is Chris, and here with me as always is
Nathan. What's going on, guys?
Welcome back. Today's a special episode. We have a special guest here today.
Guest.
It's been a while since I wanted you on. It's been about like a year, and the reason being because we were out and you were telling a story, right? Some stories. And I was like, man, he's kind of a good storyteller.
I'm a content creator.
So everybody give it up for Henry, aka Milky.
Well, hello, Milky. Welcome to the podcast.
What's going down?
What's going on,
canceled
man?
tonight.
What's going on?
I'm a little nervous too.
It's okay. So, I guess, I know, Chris, you had wanted him on the podcast for like quite some time.
It was
We
that
had talked
time
about
at the graduation party that we were at.
Oh, I was getting fucking lit that
Yeah.
night. Yeah.
And you were telling a story.
I was oversharing. My wife tells me
It's
that all the
okay.
time.
Way
No, it's
oversharing.
okay.
Yeah.
Hey, it's okay. Do that here. It's fine.
I
You
knew
can
some
overshare.
stuff. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you had everybody like, keep going.
I had y'all like puppies just waiting to get fed.
Everybody, it was like we were all around the campfire. You were telling a story.
Yeah, Jasmine gets on me because I like. She's like, shut the fuck up. Sometimes like I overshare about
No,
everything.
but it's, I mean,
I'm too much of an open book.
No, it's okay. We
Nah,
like that.
you are.
Hey,
I
that's
mean,
fine.
but
No,
that's a
ask
good thing.
like Louis here. He could co-sign. I am a fucking open book. I overshare about everything.
So I guess we can just dive into it, and you can tell us. Again, this is like all obviously like unscripted. So do you have like a certain story that's like, or like a time that's like your craziest, like something that
Because
just,
from what I know, you have a lot of stories.
Yeah.
I mean, because I see the thing about me, I'm a storyteller, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, we can go to the store right now. I could trip, and somebody will look at me, and I come back. Do you see that bitch ass nigga looking at me? Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I can make anything a story. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
fine, yeah.
So like, my stories take something like take it for what it's worth. Whatever. If you believe every single little detail, that's on you.
Dude, no, that's what sometimes.
That's between you and God.
No,
Yeah.
that's true because on here sometimes I like
we
tell
embellish.
I embellish.
Yeah, we
you know?
embellish a little
Sometimes
bit
I do.
for the sake of the podcast. That's fine.
Yeah, and then I'll go like, and then afterwards my friends will listen and be like, you do this. I'm like, no.
That shit did not go
Yeah.
down like that.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, I'm lying.
That's all. Yeah. No, and I guess that's a good like. That's the. And I haven't really heard one. Well, I did hear some stories before we started, but like I haven't heard like I guess one of your crazy stories, right? But like, I mean, that's a good part of being a good storyteller that you're able to just kind of like take everybody on a ride and like because we've had some like crazy stories that we told on here before that people think that we're like making it up or it's a lie and stuff, and we're just like, nah, that happened for real. Like that's real. Like it happened around like the penis in the backyard, like
Oh, yeah.
just
You know about
stuff
that,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah, that we're like, nah, that happened. Like, because people always ask me about that story. They're like,
Yeah.
you're lying, that didn't happen. I was like, I couldn't. I wish I took pictures. Like that's how real it was. But I'm
Well,
like,
there is a picture out there.
there is a
has it.
picture.
Louis has it in his mouth.
Excuse me.
He's in the background just like.
He caught a stray. My boy Louis minded his business catching strays.
Hey, Louis like, wait, what?
Hey, delete that shit.
Oh no.
Nah, I mean, shit. Like as far as like stories, to be honest, like I don't know, man. Like I mean, whenever like somebody tells me to put me on the spot, right?
Yeah.
Like, it really doesn't come.
It
but,
doesn't
like,
come to you. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
got
like,
you.
Well, before we started recording, you were talking about your trips to. You do a lot of traveling.
yeah.
So you were talking about trips to Peru. You
Yeah.
went to Trinidad and
Go
all
to
that.
Trinidad this weekend. Yeah.
What's your favorite place that you've been?
Well, all right. So I mean, here locally, I mean, of course, like throughout the states and stuff, right? But like, so this is gonna be my third trip. Like the previous two have been in Peru,
Yeah.
and those two have been fucking lit.
Yeah.
Like I got customers who are fucking crazy. Like you see the type of people I'm dealing with. I'm coming over here from like. I mean, coming up from fucking poverty and shit, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? And you coming over here, it's like you almost live like a double life if you really think
Yeah.
about it. Because like, you go over there, it's like a fucking black card, dude. Like, you go over there, and I'm just swiping left and right. I'm like, hey, fuck it, let's get a bottle of Macallan 12. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Oh, let's get a couple appetizers going.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just balling out of control over there.
So you're like, we don't have to get too much into what you do. Like I'm
Yeah.
not gonna make do, but like I guess your main thing is to kind of like wow the people. Is that kind of the thing?
So
Like
these-
wine and dine them kind of thing.
Yeah, basically,
Yeah.
right? So like the purpose of these trips is kind of like to get them to know me or whatever, because like Latin American culture is real personal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like with us, it's like the purpose of these trips, get them out, show them a good time, because that's the American culture here. When you
Yeah,
have people
okay.
come in or whatever, you show them a good time. So on these trips, the biggest thing, you know, sell what I do and then get them fucking hammered.
Yeah.
You know, because people always remember the time they got fucked up with somebody,
Yeah.
right?
Oh my god.
So we go out to these places and shit, and then like Jasmine tells me, like, she's like, man, all you fucking doing is drinking and eating. I was like, well, that's what we
part
know.
of the
Yeah, that's what we do. You know what I'm saying?
That's the best way to get close to somebody.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like I said, like your biggest memories that you're going to remember fucking 10, 15 years from now is not fucking reading a book. Is you getting fucking wasted
In
one
Peru.
night in Peru
Yeah,
or in fucking Guerrero or whatever the
Yeah,
fuck they're
yeah.
going. Piece of shit.
Nobody knows has context.
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
Nah, but it's fucking live though, man. Like I was telling you about, like one of these dudes. He owns like one of the biggest contracting companies in Peru.
Yeah.
We get over there, and I was telling you guys a little bit before the show, but like he picks me up and he's like, "Yeah, man. Oh, that's my car." And I was like, "Oh, cool, modest little SUV van
Yeah.
looking kind of thing. Complete piece of shit, right?" But I was like, I wasn't trying to be a dick, right? Because I was
Yeah.
like, "Who fucking am I, right?"
Yeah.
So he was like, "No, I don't drive that piece of shit. I drive the good car behind that." And I was like, "Oh shit, fucking clean ass G-Wagon, doorways a fucking ton." And I'm fucking riding this bulletproof thing. And I was like, "Oh, how is it here?" "Oh, it's good." I should probably skip that part for.
It's okay. We can cut.
Okay, he was like, "It's good. Peru's fucking beautiful, man. I love it here, but too many fucking Venezuelans here." I was like, "Oh shit!" And it was so weird because like, okay, being over there, it's like you see how like imagine we were in the majority here. And we get a bunch of Englishmen coming over here.
Yeah.
We're like, "Oh, these fucking English are taking all of our jobs." That's how they see the Venezuelans over there.
Yeah.
And it was like super racist to them because it's like over here, like bitches see Venezuelan dudes, they're like, "Oh, he's exotic." You know what I'm saying? Or like a dude sees a Venezuelan bitch, like, "That hoe bad, huh?" But over there, they treat them like fucking dirt.
Yeah.
And it's
Damn.
like fucking like crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it was like just like it gives you a different perspective in the sense that we're like the same things that are happening here are happening over there in a different, like, how can I put it, in a different sense. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
just they look alike and they hate each other. Over
Yeah,
here
yeah,
we
yeah.
look different. And
Different,
we hate,
yeah.
yeah, you know. That's,
Damn.
I mean, but it's cool as fuck, like getting to travel, getting experience. The only thing that sucks, to be honest with you, is like not being able to experience those things with people that you love. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
like
It's
family.
like, because it's cool as fuck, like being able to go around and see different things, meet different people, and fucking eat these lavish ass fucking dinners and drink the best fucking whiskey you could find, or whatever. But it doesn't really mean much. It's kind of empty in the sense that I could tell you, but you won't feel the same. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Versus if you come with me, me and you could talk about this shit for years.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's like you really don't give a fuck about somebody else's vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a vacation because it's work. Because like when I go to these places, I have meetings fucking starting from 8 o'clock till midnight,
Oh,
2
wow.
o'clock in the morning. Yeah.
So how did you get into? Again, I don't want to keep picking
Yeah,
at
no,
your
it's
work.
fine, cool,
How
it's
did you get into like? Because the stories that I've heard about you. First of all, like around
The
there,
legend
you sound like
precedes itself.
hey, you sound like for one, you sound like a myth. You sound like not a real person. So it's weird to like meet
Because
you.
this is like his first time.
Yeah.
Like you're kind of giving me like this is gonna sound kind of mean but cool. You kind of give me Thanos vibes a little bit. Like you kind of
Yeah, you know what? Cause see, I'm
Kind of look like him too.
Hey, you kind of do a little bit.
okay. So the
Hey,
easiest,
Louis laughing over there. You give me a vibe a little bit.
the easiest way to describe me, honestly, I'm too much. I'm an acquired taste. I'm like beer.
No,
Okay.
hey,
I really
Facts,
am. Because
okay.
like if you
Yeah.
don't know me, I
Yeah.
could come off as a dick, an asshole,
Yeah,
piece
yeah.
of shit. Like, fuck this guy. You know, because I know what I am. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
yeah.
It takes a lot to love me. Like I love my wife.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if she loves me, it takes a lot.
it takes a
You know,
lot.
I
Yeah.
can
she,
lie, I
like,
am
she
alive.
loves you. Loves you.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
Louis, you know what I'm saying? Me and Louis have fucking had our spats.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've heard.
And, like
Yeah.
I've heard,
me and
yeah.
him have had many a spats. You know, you're not gonna win an argument with Louis.
Oh no,
Oh,
never,
You know,
never.
because Louis does this move.
Hey, he knows you, bud. Hey, he knows you, dude. Hey, he knows you. It's okay. It's fine.
You know what I'm saying? But like I am a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So so it takes a little while to get like used to me. But once you're used to me, I feel like I can make anybody a friend. I think that was like the biggest selling point to get. I mean, I'm not where I want to be,
Yeah,
but I'm heading in the right direction.
you're in the right direction.
Do you
yeah.
think
So-
that's because of the way you grew up?
It's definitely because of the way I grew up. So I grew up
Because
like
you grew up, but like something like a way like not many people.
yeah. I mean,
do, you
I
know?
grew up. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I got to speak for most of us here at least, pretty impoverished or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't have the most funds. We grew up, I had a super huge family. My mom did what she could. My dad did what they could. But at the end of the day, like, you can't have control over everybody and every single minute of the day. Like, my mom worked in the evening. My dad was doing his thing, you know, and I had older brothers that kind of did what they could too.
Yeah.
You know, so we were left alone a lot. You know, like, what do they say? Like, idle hands are the devil's some shit. What the fuck is it called? How's that saying go? Our devil's playground. Yeah. Idle hands are a devil's playground. So it was kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? So we were doing shit that we weren't supposed to be doing, but like through the grace of God, man, like honestly, like I pray a lot too. You know what I'm saying? So as an adult now, as a kid, I didn't give a fuck about none of that shit, right?
Yeah.
But like we're like my sister-in-law, she tells us all the time, like, you guys are really blessed people, you know, and it's true. You know what I'm saying? Because like we come from where we come from in the situations that we were raised in, and for whatever reason, like we just been lucky enough to all of us have a career.
Yeah. I mean, like,
all
y'all
of us
made it
have a
out.
career.
Like, pretty much.
Yeah, to make it out. You know what I'm saying?
Out.
Like, we literally, all of us have a career going on.
Yeah.
From one way, shape, or form. You know, some of us had to go to prison to find the right way. Some of us just had to learn from examples. Some of us fucking just did their own thing, found their own path. But it all led us to where we're at or where we're going right now.
There's a lot of people like that who grew up like that. Because unfortunately, like, I have a lot of friends or people I grew up with, like in my area, who took that wrong turn and ended up like losing their life, you know, later on. And it's like, I don't see myself like that, but because I never really like got into like the streets or anything, because I was really sheltered like by my mom. But like I was like, but for you on the other hand, that could have happened, you know?
Yeah, easily. You know what I'm saying? Because like when we grew up at, it wasn't like, I didn't grow up in a community sense, if you will, whatever, right? So it's like, it was dog eat dog. I mean, I didn't grow up fucking not having to worry about the lights were gonna get fucking cut off or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But I grew up very poor. Like my mom and dad, if the worst case scenario, we were gonna have fucking beans and rice to eat.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's a staple for us, right? But like, you know, we never had to really worry about the lights. You know, when mom was gonna pay the lights, luckily our house was paid off by the time I was like, you know, growing up or whatever. But we just didn't have much more for anything else. You know what I'm saying? That's it. So like, we got the necessities, but we had to make do. Yeah, no luxuries at all. You know what I'm saying? So like, and in that environment too, is like when you grow up like that, like everybody's kind of how it is now, but it was like in the infancy of like everybody fucking showing off what they got, this, that, and other. Back then it wasn't the same because social media wasn't what it was, right? But like you have to build your credibility up whenever you're growing up. You know what I'm saying? So like, you can't take no shit. Even if when you didn't want to fucking fight, you had to fucking fight. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time, it was fucking, what hurricane was it? Some fucking hurricane hit, right? And we're riding around the neighborhood. I'm like 14, 15 years old, thinking I was the hot shit, right? Or whatever, right? And my cousin's driving or whatever. He was like, Henry, man, whoop. Because some dude started fucking pulling up. But and like, it's corny as fuck, right? But I was like the muscle or whatever you will, right? Because I was like the bigger dude, but I was like one of the younger dudes from like the neighborhood, right? Yeah. The ones we hung out with.
Did you get out and whoop them or?
So yeah, so like I got up, so I got off the car. I was like, fuck, man, I don't want to fight. In my head, I'm thinking, I was like, well, fuck it is what it is.
You can't back out.
Yeah, this time, you know what I'm saying? So I pulled up. I was like, what's up, bitch? I square up with him. He pulls out a pistol. I was like, you got a big homie? I was like, you got a big dog.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
So
a whole natural disaster.
It's literally a natural disaster, right? So we go, and then I don't know what the fuck happens, but I guess he calls like a few people, whatever the fuck, right? And what was off of Sellers Road? You know where that little blue corner store is at off of Sellers?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know how it happened, but we ended up there or whatever, right? This guy hits up like a bunch of people. Come to find a dude with Salvadorian too. On top of that, he shows up with a Salvadorian for like, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, do we really got to fight still? You know what I'm saying? So one of his homeboys gets out the car. This dude, big as shit. This dude looks fucking old as fuck, and I was like, fuck it, it is what it is.
How old
I'm like
you?
50. I'm like 14, 15 years old, right?
Okay, wait. How big? I'm not trying to be mean, but how big were you at this time?
I was probably about 100 pounds lighter, but pretty much the same size because I always played football, so I always had a decent build on me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
you look a little older, is what I'm saying.
I looked older than what I was.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
So this guy gets out or whatever the fuck. He was like, because he sees me, I'm the biggest fucking dude there, right? My homeboys and stuff. And then he's like, "I want you." I was like, "Oh, you want me? What's up, bitch?" I fucking run up on him, right? I didn't get him a chance to put his guard up. So I go over there, boom, punch him in his eye. His fucking eye, I shit you not, fucking swells up instantly. And I fucking hit him. I was like, "Oh, it's go time." And I fucking start wailing on him, right? Little did I fucking know, this dude had the fucking wind of fucking Michael Phelps. And he just let me get tired punching him and shit. Beat the living shit out of me, right? And I was like, all right, I got it, round two. So the next round, it kind of goes to even or whatever, right? But he got me. He beat the shit out of me the first round, right? The second round, I'm landing fucking haymakers and shit. So long story short, he fucking leaves. He drops his fucking wallet. And I was like, this motherfucker was 25 years old. I was like, oh shit. I was like, I'm gonna call the laws on this bitch. But I was like, nah, he's good. So like fast forward like 30 minutes after the fact, right? Fast forward 30 minutes after. Yeah, so in front of my mom's house, right? So we're posted up out here. It's like maybe like a good 5 or 6 of us and shit, right? And then this car pulls up. I was like, fuck it, round 2. My fucking eye is like half swollen shut and shit. But I was like, because see, at the same time, like I knew I had lost the fight, but I was like, I'll be damned you gonna call me a bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, fuck it. So he pulls up and I'm like, fuck it, it's go time again. And I'm low key kind of hoping my brother comes out too, my older brother. So he was like, hey, bro, no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? It's even now. It's squash. Shakes my hand. And he was like, but I dropped my wallet. Would you have it? I was like, nah, bro, we ain't got shit. And I fucking sucker punched him real quick.
Y'all started fighting again?
No, it was. He was like, oh, that's fucked up. Like, he didn't want to fight. See, because the thing was, I felt like he felt my power, right? So he was like, man, this motherfucker. Like, he didn't want to fight again either, right? Because maybe in his mind, he probably felt like he lost. But at the same time, in my mind, I'm like, this guy whooped the shit out of me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I had his wallet, and I was like, this fucking bitch, I know where he lives. I'm going to do brujeria on this whole house.
I'm only one of them dolls in the yard.
Nah, and then he's driving away. And then, I don't know, somebody had like a fucking wrench. It was like the same people we had just fought, right? Because everybody got into it or whatever.
Yeah.
The same people that had just fought were in that car, and then I was with my friends or whatever. So somebody pulls out like a fucking wrench or something and throws it at the fucking car while it's driving away.
Oh my
Fucking
God.
busts out the fucking back window. They fucking slam on the brakes. And I was like, here we fucking go again.
my
But
God.
luckily they were just like talking shit out the window and that was that or whatever.
Yeah.
But that was pretty funny.
Damn.
Was there any money in the wallet?
That motherfucker was broke as shit. Like 25 years old. He was barely getting by.
Yeah, you can tell he's fighting a 15-year-old.
He was fighting a 15-year-old in a natural disaster.
He's like, can I get my wallet back, please? Please.
He had his Salvadorian ID. He had his Dewey in there.
Oh, that's why he needed it.
Yeah, man. But it was a lot of funny shit growing. I mean, growing up in poverty, like you make the most of what you got. You really don't know that you're poor, as fuck, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was always a lot of shit going on. Like I remember, like, God bless the dead, right? But like there was like essentially a trap house there. The people grew up, so the people in front of my house, everybody got killed there or whatever, right?
Oh, yeah. I remember you talking about that.
Yeah. So
crazy story.
Yeah,
What do you
it's
mean?
fucking. So like in front of my house, so like. Keep it real vague, like
Keep it, yeah.
I'm keeping it real. I'm not gonna
Yes.
incriminate nobody.
Yes.
Okay, when
Yes.
you told it last time, you said you were not very specific.
Hey, I'm sorry. We're gonna preface this on here. No names.
No affiliations?
Well, okay, so my dad's already been to prison for it, so we're good on that.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So
Go.
okay, but I'm gonna keep it real
Statute
vague.
of limitations. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You're
So, like my block was real hot around that time, right? Because
Yeah.
like people were always selling drugs over there. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be people that I was close with or like people that we were just like close adjacent to.
Yeah.
Like my block was fucking hot, especially like in the early 2000s, mid 2000s. It was like going down over there, right? There was always something. Like I remember as a kid, like we'd be like 8 years old. My brothers would be like, "Hey, you need to get the fuck inside right now because they about to shoot this bitch the fuck up."
Your house?
Yeah, like the whole block.
Oh,
They're
the
just
whole
gonna
block.
spray everybody. You know what I'm
Jesus.
saying? Like there was like situations, even with my little brother, he's probably gonna hear this shit and be like, "What the fuck?" Right? There's situations like motherfuckers would take pictures. There goes the piece.
Good.
There were situations where like people would take pictures of my younger brother, you know what I'm saying, and be like, "We're gonna kidnap him and beat the shit out of him," kind of shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like shit like that, right? And like
Yeah.
I was like 15 years old, walking on the block, and I was like, "Motherfuckers literally want me dead."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They were like shit that wasn't even that serious. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I remember being like 15 years old, like, man, am I gonna live to fucking be 16 kind of shit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
crazy.
I mean, at that time,
Yeah.
like, you don't know what's a real threat because anything could be something real. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Somebody trying to prove themselves so much or whatever, right? But like around that time, my block was real hot, and it was just always shit going down, man. Like, especially during the summertime, like it would be instances where fucking like a grown ass man would want to fight us. I'm like, I remember one time we're driving down the block. I don't know what the fuck happened that day. I don't know. Long story short, this dude, I was gonna fight his younger brother, but his younger brother was fucking like super pussy. And he didn't want to fight.
Yeah.
And then so this guy, but he lived around the corner, and his family knew my older brothers or whatever, right? Because my older brothers had that somewhat of a reputation over there, right?
Yeah.
And so his older brother fucking pulls up on me one day, like I'm walking home, and he fucking just cuts me off at the intersection to my mom's house. And I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? And he was like, hey, what's up, bitch? What's up, homeboy? You want to box my little brother? What's up with me? This dude, mind you, I'm like 15 years old. This dude, like, no bullshit. This dude's like fucking 32, 33 years old.
God.
Yeah, right? But he's fucking tiny. He's like
Oh,
fucking
okay.
5'3". You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I was
yeah.
like, and nowadays I was like, man, get your little bitch ass on. I mean, I can say
Cause
because
you're
you're
a big
short, you
dude.
can't
Yeah,
fight. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But it's like,
Yeah.
man, at this, and like me,
There's no way,
yeah,
yeah.
I would have fucked him up. You know what I'm saying? So then I told my brother, I was like, and he charges me up, and he was like, he started talking all this shit. I was like, you know what? I see my brother's truck outside, like my saving grades. So I started talking reckless. I was like, you a little short bitch, man. Fuck you, pussy, and all this and that. I was like, matter of fact, my brother's inside right now.
You handed him off.
I was like, you know what? Let me go get my. I said, Justin, you got all these words for me. You about to what the fuck? What? I used to talk a lot of fucking. I used to talk mad shit. I said, you fucking bumping them dick suckers. I got my brother inside. So you bumping the dick suckers. I got my brother inside right now. And he was like, no, you good. He starts hopping in this truck. I was like, oh, he's a bitch. And so I told my brother, and then he was like, oh, no shit. Who was it? Such and such. He was like, oh, okay, that's a bet. I know who the fuck that is. So we post up outside. I don't know how it happens, but it was like, because I used to roll pretty deep at this time, right? You know what I'm saying? I say roll pretty, fucking boomer. It was like, but it was maybe a good like 15 to 20 of us, roughly.
Yeah, that's a lot. It's pretty deep. Yeah, that's a lot of people.
And so then I don't know what happens, but his guy's brother and him show up, and there's a couple other people from their side. Maybe let's put another 7 on their side. Pull up, right? And then my brother starts talking. He goes, "What's up, bitch ass? You charging my little brother up?" And this and that. My brother's like roughly 6 foot tall, right? This dude was probably maybe with heels on 5'7". You know what I'm saying?
You Salvadorian?
You know what? I don't
Peruvian?
know. Possibly Peruvian or
See it. Makes sense.
You know them Salvadorians, they
very nimble people.
Short king.
And then my brother's talking shit, and the dude he keeps talking shit to my brother in his chest though. He was like, bitch ass. He was like, little, you better look at me in the eye when you talk to me. So whenever he's talking shit to him, right, he fucking lifts his head like this.
oh no,
And
man.
then, but he catches pussy. He didn't want to fight my brother.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So then my brother, my cousin ends up getting out there. He was like, oh no, he can't fight him. In so many words, he was like, he didn't want his little brother fighting me or whatever because I was gonna fuck him up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he wanted to pick a fight easier for him.
How old are you at this time?
I'm about 15.
Okay. God damn. What are you doing shit at 15?
I'm like 15, 16 years old.
Jeez.
So then my cousin was like, well, fuck it, I'll fight him or whatever the fuck, right? And then they start getting it on or whatever. And my cousin starts beating him up or whatever the fuck. And then, rewind, my brother, before he goes to fights, he was like, look, dog, whenever y'all fighting, it's going to be a fair, clean fight. You know what I'm saying? He falls, you let him get up. You fall, we going to make sure you get up or whatever the fuck, right? He fights him, beats him up, and then he drops him and fucking lets him get up and fights him. My cousin wins, whatever. Long story short, we ended up fighting, brother. My brother's fucked up at this point. He was like, go pussy ass. I would have kicked the fuck out that hoe.
He breaking his own rule.
I would have kicked the shit out that bitch. Dog. You a pussy. He was like, mama, I think.
Oh my god.
If it was me, I would have stepped.
I would have whooped that hoe. I would have stopped the shit out of it.
So how, Henry, I mean, this is not incriminating. I'm just going to ask you, how many fights you been in?
you know what? Like, so, okay.
If you had to count.
Okay, no, I have no idea, right? But
That's
A
probably
a lot of the shit that I've been involved in happened in a very small time frame. You know what I'm saying? So like,
sounds like it was
Oh,
all
okay.
15, 16. I
I'd
mean,
be between 14. Okay, how old are you in 8th grade?
you're what?
13,
You're
14?
13, 14.
Okay, so
yeah.
let's put on the low end, 13 through about 18. That
Oh,
was
like,
enough.
like
That's
pretty
a
much
long
your high
time.
school years.
That's a long time.
Okay,
yeah.
but after that, I kind of really grew out of a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Like
saying?
from
I
like
really got out of my system.
8th grade of high school, into high school.
Fights? Remember fights?
No,
What
like
do you
your
guys-
little time frame.
Yeah. I mean, when everybody goes through their adolescence, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So, like, I mean, I was into quite a few. I remember one time there was a dude walking through the neighborhood, right? And then they just so happened to be, I'm not going to incriminate myself
Right,
or
right,
anybody
of course.
involved with me.
Yeah.
But,
fake names, whatever. yeah.
Allegedly, everything's
Yeah,
allegedly.
legend,
okay.
of course.
Well, this other guy was walking through the neighborhood, right? And then he was saying, he was from a neighborhood we were beefing with at the time,
Yeah.
right? And then they were like, oh, such and such is from over there. And such and such is from over there. He's saying, fuck y'all and this and that or whatever the fuck. I was like, no shit. And then I see two of my homeboys getting into it with him, right? They just start talking shit to him right at the corner.
is wild.
Like, have you ever been to the neighborhood?
No, I don't think he has.
Okay,
No,
definitely
I
not.
have, though, yeah.
Definitely not. No.
Okay, so like, you know where Cheriton and
Wait, have I?
he been to
Your rival hood.
where?
Oh, to the long road, the bumpy road.
Okay, so you've been neighborhood adjacent. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So,
He was on the
Yeah.
enemy side. He said.
What'd you say? Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, yeah. I've been around there. Yeah.
Okay, so I remember one time two of my boys were getting it on with this.
That's
one
where
dude.
those was happening over
Okay,
there.
yeah, that whole between Aldine Bender and Aldine Melroute.
Wait a minute. Did y'all have vehicles when y'all were over there? Was the road still that
Hey,
bumpy?
it's
That,
all-
that fucking road has been fucked.
Did y'all
for
run
years.
over there?
No, okay. So like we used to just drop
No
off.
wonder why y'all got fucked up knees. Damn. Go ahead. Sorry.
So like what the fuck? Okay, so okay, yeah. So two
Yeah.
of my homeboys they're talking shit to this one dude. They're like, man, here such and such, man, fuck him and this and that or whatever the fuck. I said, bitch, this and that or whatever. You know, I'm talking shit, right? Throwing up
Yeah.
the hood and this and
Yeah.
that. And then I don't know who the fuck. Okay, anyways, so I go or whatever the fuck, and they're like, man, have you whooped this hoe again?
You did like the
So I was
scapegoat.
I was kind of like hesitant, right? Because I kind of felt bad because he was with his girl, and then my sister comes out of nowhere. She was like,
Oh.
"Fuck you, bitch! This and that."
Oh.
It was like a family affair, right?
Hey, you gotta meet the whole family, bro.
My family is fucking toxic as shit,
Yep.
right?
Okay.
But you have to know them. Like my family, like it's a lot like me. We're an acquired taste. We cut super deep.
Dude, I
Hold
wanna-
on, let's do a rewind back to my family. Let's circle
Yeah,
back to that.
we can
right?
go back around.
I have
yeah.
a story about meeting your family for the first time.
Okay, let me finish this one real quick. So they start beating the shit out this dude, right? And I was like, fuck, I gotta show that I'm down too. Because the minute I show that, it's like, okay, as an adult, you think about it in a different light, right? But as a kid, you think about that shit. And
You
you're
gotta prove yourself
You,
kind of
you
thing.
really have to prove yourself a lot.
Yeah.
Because the minute you show pussy, or the minute you're not down, you ain't down. You're a liability.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe like at that age, you're not thinking that deep, right? But that's
Yeah.
really what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like they start beating this shit. And I was like, fuck it, I'm in on it too. Wow. I started hitting him. Fucking knee this dude in the face. Never seen this dude, never talked to him. Had no
Oh my
idea who the
God.
fuck this
Yeah.
was. Fiend. That was that. I go back home.
Oh,
I fucked up my hand. I had broke my knuckle. I was like, I fucked
What
up.
about his girl? Sister father?
No,
Oh,
she
no?
didn't fight her, but she was there, witnessed a
Oh.
fucking hell of an
She
ass
wants to get
whooping.
whooped?
At that age, I probably would have fucked that bitch up too.
Hey, no.
That bitch wanted snow smoke. I was reckless, dog.
And knowing your sister, she probably would have jumped in too.
Okay, real quick
she tried
story.
to fight
Real
you?
quick story. So remember those same guys I was telling you about earlier? So
Yeah.
that were driving that truck or whatever. They cut me off. Okay, real quick. So one day, there were those same dudes. It was that dude. Well, that dude's younger brother, the one my cousin fought, and two other dudes he would always hang out with. They were talking shit about one of my good friends, and when I ran up on him, okay, what can we call him? Let's call him Carlos.
Yeah.
Okay, so I ran up on this dude, and I was like, "Hey, dog, what the fuck?" I say, "Hey, I heard y'all talking shit about Carlos." He was like, "What? Ain't nobody talking shit about Carlos, but it's whatever." I was like, "Oh, it's whatever." So I go, "Oh, it's whatever."
Hey, you got darkness inside you, bro. You got
But
darkness
shit
inside you,
happened
bro.
like this, right?
Hey, you like that shit. Hey, he did. Hey, this dude here.
I was like, "Oh, it's whatever, huh?" feel like I'm from LA when I said that. It's whatever, eh? So I was like, oh, it's whatever. So I go like this, and I act like I'm walking away, and I just blink him. And this dude was a fucking unit, dude. Like, he was a fucking unit. This dude was like fucking 6'2", a solid fucking pushing 4.
Damn.
Jesus.
Yeah, this dude was fucking massive, right? So I go to blink him, and he fucking, I push him, and he falls into this deep ass ditch because the ditches in my mom's neighborhood are fucking
Huge.
huge.
Yeah.
So he just died, basically.
They're-
What you're saying? He just died.
They're huge.
Huge.
So he fucking falls in there, right? And I fucking go in there. I fucking I don't know, like in the movie, I fucking jump in there and fucking just start stomping all this shit.
You start step dancing on him?
And his brother comes out of nowhere and just boom, hits me in the fucking back of the head. He's wearing the ring, and I was like, "Oh, bitch, you want some too?" Whack, 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 whack. Fucking drop his ass. And then while his brother's getting out the ditch covered in fucking mud, he goes and tackles me, and I fucking just hit him. All the while, Cynthia goes out there, hey, Cynthia's picking up her shorts. Hey, what are y'all doing? And Cynthia at this time, she's prepubescent Cynthia, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
she's
yeah,
like a fucking, she hasn't gone through puberty. She still has a little bunch of baby fat on her. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's a little girl still, right?
Yeah,
But she
yeah,
had her
yeah.
brother's back and shit, right?
Yeah.
She was like, hey, what are y'all doing? Like, picking up her shorts. And I still make fun of her to this day because she was like, I go like, hey, what are you doing? But yeah, man, there's a lot of funny shit that would happen over there.
So no matter what your situation looking bad or good, you down.
Dude, you always down to just fight. Hey.
No, I mean, but honestly, like,
He's not a good dude to have around, though.
Okay,
It's okay.
so but nowadays though, like, to be honest with you, I'm complete 180 of that.
You're very level-headed.
I'm
now.
very level headed. Like, I mean, I could fuck around, talk shit. I mean, if I
Yeah.
have to get serious, I will. But like,
It's very rare, is what you're saying.
Because
I mean, no, I like Louis over here fucking. But okay, Louis, how many times I've been in a fight around you? Never.
Oh.
But wait. How close has he been to get into a fight around you?
I've been close to getting the shit beat out of me by like 10 5-foot tall Salvadorans. Hondurans. And I was like, I want no smoke. They were all MS.
Once or twice? Okay. Well, I mean,
No, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, especially like after you have kids or whatever, you kind of take things into different perspective, right? But I mean, every now and then you gotta flock your feathers a little bit, right? Let them know you ain't no
Yeah,
bitch.
yeah.
You know,
You just have more to lose now.
I got a lot to lose. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I can't go fucking get into a fucking fight and show up to work Monday at 8 a.m. with a fucking black eye.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, especially in
Right.
the line of work that I do,
Yeah.
it's like the
Appearance is
fuck?
important. Yeah,
appearance
right.
is important.
Important,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? So
Yeah.
it's a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? Especially like at the same time too, like Chris said, like I feel like I have a lot more to lose. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
so there's a lot of shit that my family depends on me.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna risk it for some fucking dumbass or whatever the fuck.
Some dumb stuff. Yeah.
Who has something to prove?
Yeah, because like
Yeah.
a lot of the times it's like younger dudes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like they got a lot to prove and shit. And I'm like, I got 2 kids. I got a mortgage. Lord, you got it.
The age get into you?
Yeah. How old are you, Henry?
I'm 29.
29.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, you were gonna ask
There's
me
a
about my
transition.
family and stuff.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
because you
bring
said
on
you
that.
met my family and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, so tell him about the time you met my family. I want to know this too.
So
Let's
I
hear
have
from
a
your
story.
perspective.
Yeah, I have a story about me and your family. It's kind of funny. So the first time I ever met your family, I was with Louis. Why did we go over there for a game, right?
Oh, for the Gold Cup, El Salvador was
yeah,
playing.
El Salvador was playing.
Yeah.
So we went over there, and I kind of knew you a little bit. Like I wasn't like too so like
We're not
yeah,
to this
yeah.
point.
Yeah. So I go over there, and then I got no warning. All right.
Yeah.
Louis didn't warn me.
You
I
need a
go in there-
disclaimer before you.
Yeah.
Okay, because my family is not PC whatsoever,
No, not only that. Like
and we're extra violent.
I would
and
say
loud.
you guys are very aggressive.
Yeah, we're
in
very
showing
aggressive.
affection and stuff like that. Like the way you guys show affection
Oh,
is kind
dang.
of aggressive.
That's
Okay, yeah,
everything.
okay, yeah. Tell me
You know,
everything,
so-
your perspective.
So I think one of your brothers was like barbecuing or whatever, and then I had walked in there. And I was like saying, "What's up with everybody?" And then one of them like grabs, like she gets my hand, and grabs.
That's definitely Rolando. He's like, "What's
yeah. I was like, okay, but then
you Louis
afterwards,
brother?"
but then afterwards, like. You could like he was like he had I guess the wax pin on him. He was like, hey,
Oh, it's
you want
definitely
some, you know? And I was like, nah, I'm good, whatever. But it was like he was doing like sincerely, I guess. You
Yeah.
know, so
You kind of
I
like
think
it.
so.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it was just like I didn't-
Rolando is
something wasn't
very.
expected.
Rolando is a massive human being. This man
Yeah.
is
How big is he?
like.
He's a big guy.
He's 6'3", a solid 360,
Oh,
70.
shit.
This
You
dude
just-
is a
That's what I'm saying.
fucking.
When he pulled
a
me in,
unit.
he pulled me in.
Yeah. He said, "You're mine, boy."
But hey, real quick, I don't know if you guys can hear me, but same shit. Like it's like when I first met him, it was like
What's up, bro? Ronaldo's probably like, what's up, big dog? What's up, big dog? Hey, we got drinks over here. We got fucking weed. We
That's
got
kind that's how it was too. They're like, "Hey, you want a beer? You want a drink? You want this? Want this?" And I was like, "No, I'm good. I'm good." I think I was like 16, 17.
That don't
I
mean
was-
shit.
No, I was saying I was young, you know.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then it
And
was
then?
just that was like my whole thing. I was like, "Dang,
Word lie.
yeah."
we're just starting his dominance, really.
I think that's what it was.
So how
But
many?
then,
How
like,
many? Go
But
ahead.
then I know your other brother, you know, and then
You know
like,
Santos
a
and
little bit
Dan,
more.
right?
Yeah. And then it's like you guys are genuine people, you know. And I guess
Yeah.
like you said, like, is it acquired taste?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, like, with the thing about being my brothers, like, once we fuck with you, we're not holding back. We're
Yeah.
going to fuck with you hardcore.
Yeah.
All right? Because, like, if we all like you, especially,
Everybody's
it's
vibing.
unforgivable. Like,
Yeah.
Louis goes to my mom's house, and it's like, Louis, come here, nigga. Hey, Louis, come here, nigga. Big nigga, boy. And they start grabbing Louis for no reason. Like, that's mainly Rolando.
He's like, I can't get away. He grabs me. I can't go away.
Like, if you see this guy, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, to the, what's the unbeholding eye? What is it? It's like,
Hey, can I say something real quick? You're very prolific. You got a lot of like little, like a little like sayings and stuff.
so, because the thing is, you know, because like, I grew up in a fucking hood, right? But I also went to school. I'm not a
Okay.
fucking idiot. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
like,
hey, yeah.
and I like to read a lot, right? So, and then
Okay.
I like to fucking, and Louis like, y'all niggas don't read books, though.
No, you know, no. When you said that, I remember that one time we were playing poker, and I was like, I had said something, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll read books."
Because the thing,
And he started laughing.
Because the thing is, fucking Louis was fucking trying to degrade me and my brother, right? He was like, yeah, but I read books. You know, Louis thinks he's a shit because this know how to read. Oh, good for you.
But I remember saying it too. He started laughing. He goes, "Oh."
Nah, but so like I like so I use that especially in the corporate world, right? So I'm with a lot of white folks and shit. Right?
Yeah.
These niggas love sayings. These niggas love sayings.
No, yeah. One thing
learn
about white
something,
people,
man.
they got their little sayings.
They got their sayings.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where I was going with that, but
I thought you were gonna say one.
I was thinking of one, but it
I
wouldn't
didn't cut
come.
off your prolific saying. I'm sorry. Observation. It just comes out. I'm sorry. I have a little problem, but you're good. But
What
no,
was that? What was that?
you were talking about your siblings.
Yeah, because like my siblings are a lot like me. It's just like, it's like the way I describe it, or like it's like looking at a batch of puppies, right? Just different spots. You know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever seen that one movie? I forgot what the fuck it's called, but it's like the emotions. They're like, it's like a Disney movie, right?
Yeah.
Where like one's like super angry, one's super sad.
It's,
Inside Out.
Inside Out.
Inside
Okay,
Out.
so that's basically my family.
How many
All the
siblings? Wait.
emotions.
How many siblings do you have?
Let's round it off at 10. I can't think off the top of my head.
Why are you laughing?
You
Why are
lying, for real?
Like real shit. Okay, so it's me.
I met like only like what 5?
You met a good 7 or 8.
Damn, you got a whole team, bro.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
So it's for 10.
Okay. So my mom had my 2 older sisters. My dad had my brother and my sister, but we were never raised like, oh, that's my stepsister, that's my stepbrother. No,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
brothers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like I'm like me personally, I'm tight with everybody because I'm like the middle child. You know, so I'm like the forgotten one, right? If you will.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and it's like, I'm like right in the middle. So like, I kind of make it a habit. You know what I'm saying? Like to reach out to pretty much everybody or whatever. Fuck, you know what I'm saying?
And did y'all all
Like,
live together like growing up?
at one point, let me see, a good majority of us lived together. Like my oldest sister, she lives in Virginia,
Yeah.
and so she kind of had her own life or whatever. Because that's like a whole different story on its own.
Yeah.
Like she got fucking, if you in so many words, like she got abducted as a kid by her biological dad or whatever. Because my mom came over here in the States like in the 80s and shit, right?
Yeah.
To send back from my sister
Yeah.
and my other sister or whatever, right? And at the same time, my mom was kind of going with, like, she never married this guy and whatever the fuck. But this guy was a real piece of shit. And my sister my mom was sending money back or whatever. And then at the same time, this guy fucking basically kidnaps this girl. Well, not kidnapped, because he kind of just took her as his daughter, right?
Yeah.
There really wasn't too many like fucking laws over there. I mean, at least to my knowledge, right? He takes her, goes to Virginia, where there's a big concentration of Salvadorians over there. If y'all didn't know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I
DMV. And he goes over there, kind of kidnaps her, or whatever the fuck, and like they're just over there. She gets adopted by like a fucking Irish family, I think it was. So she grew up like fucking Irish Catholic, basically,
Oh
right?
God.
She went to George Mason, and like she's a real educated woman.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
You
right.
guys still
but-
keep in touch? Or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I have her on WhatsApp. Like we'll talk and text all the time, and it's so fucking weird though, because it's like, and I look at my other sister. They look exactly alike, right? She's
Yeah.
born from the same parents.
Yeah.
Born in El Salvador, exactly alike. And you look at one that had no opportunity whatsoever, and she made lemonade out of the lemons that she got in life, and the other one that had a fucking college education, a welcoming home, a fucking home that gave her everything that she wanted as a kid. And it's like, and they look exactly alike. It's fucking weird as shit. It's like Twilight Zone. It's
Yeah.
like, because one speaks
Yeah.
perfect English. I swear to God, like if you were to see them, you'd be like, what the fuck? Like this woman has a master. My sister has a master's degree or a bachelor's something in fucking psychology or some shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like she's a very educated woman. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like, but my other sister, like I needed her growing up because my other sister, what my parents couldn't do for us, like as far as like provide that warmth at home, is like, as far as like cooking for us, clothes being
Taking
done,
care of you.
taking care of us
Yeah.
on a day-to-day shit. Because my mom, I mean, you can't fault my mom. Be like, she had fucking all these kids taken care of.
Yeah.
Trying to work.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
just-
Doing everything. My
Yeah.
mom did everything possible that she could. You know, my mom was a fucking saint. You know what I'm saying? But there's only so much you could do as one person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my sister, had my sister not been there, would have been a real fucked up position because she provided these meals, she cooked, she cleaned, she did everything that another mother would do. Like so much so that my youngest brother, he damn near sees her like a mom. You know what I'm saying? Like my older sister, Sonia, I'll name drop her. She fucking would. My mom would be like, oh, worried about like buying school clothes and all this X, Y, and Z shit. But she would be like, oh no, don't worry about it. I'll take care of Than. All his school clothes, everything was always paid for by her. Mind you, she's a fucking janitor that's getting paid. You know what I'm saying? Bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But she took out of her own pocket to make sure her little brother was good. That's another thing that was off my mom's plate or whatever the fuck. I mean, at the end of the day, like, I remember looking at my mom's paychecks at the end of the fucking year. Bro, like, my mom fucking raised us on $14,000 a year.
Damn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a
Yeah,
fucking
that's
huge
crazy,
family. You know what I'm
dude.
saying?
Damn.
Granted,
Shout
we
out
had
to your
government
mom, dude.
assistance. That's what I'm
Damn.
saying. Like, we had government assistance, right? But government assistance is only going to take you so far.
Yeah,
It's not the
that,
same. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
like we would depend on, okay, yeah, I don't know if y'all ever knew a NAM. Do y'all remember that?
I
No?
think we're probably too young. I don't know.
Do you?
Do you know what that is?
Do we know? I don't know.
Yeah.
So long story short, it's basically how I knew of it was because that's where we would get Christmas gifts from.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck, right? Like, and we'd have to stand in this line. They fill up a sack full of Christmas gifts, and then we would take those or whatever the fuck, right? We would wrap our own gifts up or whatever the fuck, and then when people would come over, we would open them up and be like, "Oh, surprised" and shit, whatever the fuck, right?
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? But like at the same time, like I said,
Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
he's laughing. He's laughing at poverty.
Yeah.
He's laughing at poverty. He grew up
Be cool,
super
man.
privileged.
Be cool. Be respectful, man. Dang. Go ahead, go
No,
ahead.
but that's what I'm saying. Like I get back to
Yeah.
like my mom did what she could. Like she knew this was gonna bring us a Christmas to us, so she took us there, and she felt happy inside. And like I'm happy that my mom did that because it
Yeah.
taught me like a different perspective of life or whatever. Like even as a kid going to the fucking school, I would never make a mess like in the restrooms and nothing like that. My mom was a janitor. I knew at the end of the day she's going home to the same environment that I'm going home to.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was always real respectful of that or whatever. That's something that kind of try to build into my daughter too, because it's like she's 7, she doesn't know what it is to grow up in poverty. She doesn't know what it is to like not have the fucking latest toys or go on vacation for that matter. You know, so as a kid, I
Yeah.
remember what the fucking my fucking nice ass weekend out was going to China border off of 45.
Oh, yeah, like, seriously.
Oh,
You know what I'm
no.
saying?
That's a good thing though. Like for
Yeah.
you, it's like now you have like a family and you have a kid who you're able now to provide for.
Yeah, exactly.
And now they don't ever have to experience what you had.
The
to,
hardships that
you
you went
Yeah.
through. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, also without those hardships, I think everybody needs a little bit of hardship though.
Oh no, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Because like without that, it's like I feel like you probably go through life a little aimlessly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And privileged and fucking just
Because
like,
you learn a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
you learn a
especially-
lot.
especially through poverty. You learn a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A fucking like apocalypse could come tonight, and I'm eating
Yeah, I'm
beans
good.
and rice for the next 6 years. You know what I'm
Never
saying?
want to touch
Yeah.
it again. You're like, man, fuck beans and rice, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But I mean, it was a good childhood, man. Like when you don't know you're poor, it's the fucking best time ever.
Yeah.
If you don't know you're poor, it's fucking badass.
When did you like realize like, oh, like my childhood wasn't like the normal, or like we were poor?
That's kind of a hard question because, like, I mean, I wasn't really honestly until I went off to fucking like college and shit, right?
Uh-huh.
So I graduated school, and then like you start meeting different people and shit, and like I was never embarrassed of where I came from
Yeah.
or nothing like that, right? Because I mean, it's where I came from. I mean, you know, that's where I had the most joy at, I guess,
Yeah.
in my life, right? But then you start meeting people who's like, oh, their fucking dads are doctors or lawyers and X, Y, and Z, and you're like, let me just shut the fuck up a little bit. My dad's so dope, man. I was a mule when I was 8.
No, not the backpack.
I guess I could kind of relate to that. I mean, we kind of grew up somewhat
Y'all
impoverished.
grew up, I would say y'all grew up, I mean, from my knowledge at least, right? I would say y'all grew up like hood adjacent.
Yeah, like I think we were still. My mom, she didn't make much, you know.
Yeah.
Like we were like 3 of us because Louis had moved out, you know.
Yeah.
So it was like 3 of us. She was kind of raising us like on not much either.
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
But I feel like you said, I really didn't feel poor until I went to a different school district.
Yeah.
And in that school district, I realized these people like live in like gated communities and nice
Exactly.
houses and stuff.
Yeah.
And then like I talked about it on here before. I was like, in the Aldine, like the area I lived in, like or the school I went to school like in the area you like.
Where'd you go? You went to Oldham?
No, I went to like the magnet schools. I went to like
I went to
Grantham and
magnet
all
school
that.
too. So, okay.
You know, so
yeah.
I was like near Aldine Mail Route and all that.
Yeah.
And so all those people like they all live. They
You were
all
part
live,
of your community.
Yeah, they all live the life you do, sort of.
Yeah,
you know?
similar, yeah.
And then you go to this other like lifestyle, like people who live different lifestyles, and you're like, oh, like I kind of feel like different, you know.
Yeah.
Like, let me shut up. Yeah, like you said.
Like you kind of take a back seat, even like with this job, right? So the job I'm working at now, it's funny how I got there because like it's one of those things where like you make an impression on somebody, you never know who you're meeting, right? It's kind of one of those things, right? So I interviewed for this job 2 years prior to me getting the job, right? And the opportunity came up where they were hiring for this position, and the guy remembered me 2 years after the fucking fact, or about a
Damn.
year and a half roughly, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, so when they called me, I was like, there's no fucking way these people remember
A
me.
year and a half.
I thought
yeah.
it was bullshit, right?
Yeah.
I told my wife about it. I was like, "Do you think she take it?" It's like, no. You know, she started telling me the pros and cons about this shit, right? And I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to interview with her behind her back. Right?
Yeah.
So I interview. This guy fucking fell in love with me, right? And I get the fucking job. Even when I got the offer letter, like, to me at this time, it was fucking life changing. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, I'm not, you know, let me get this fucking clear.
Yeah.
I am no, by any stretch of the imagination, fucking super well off or whatever. But we do okay to get by. You
Right.
know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, we're modest. Like, me and my wife are super modest. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not rich people. You know what I'm saying? But you know, so we're blessed enough to be okay. We pay the bills.
Right.
So, but at this time, that, you know what I'm saying? From making fucking dog shit to making what I am, you know what I'm saying, at that point was fucking life changing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to almost like, it was almost like unbelievable. Whenever I got the offer letter, my wife was like, this is fucking bullshit. Don't take it. This is fucking a scam. You know, that's what it felt like. You know what I'm saying? Because it felt like a scam. And I couldn't believe it. And I said, fuck it, I'm going to take it. And I took the job. And then, I mean, fucking fast forward a couple years later. And then, you know, it worked out. You know what I'm saying? This guy, but I say that to say, you know, the impression I made on this dude fucking X amount of years ago.
It held. Yeah, that time.
Fucking goes a long way. You know what I'm saying? But because like I was telling you before, like I'm an acquired taste. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like but whenever I'm trying to sell myself to somebody, I feel like I'm a good salesman. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
can see that.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
cause like, not to fucking suck my own dick here or whatever.
Hey, go,
Try it.
hey, go ahead. Hey, go ahead. You're on camera, bro.
You're on the couch, bro.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like,
Shout out to the couch.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I could fucking sell myself to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I could make somebody a good friend. Like, that's what I told. I remember that fucking interview, and it was like, for my boss now, it's like the story he loves to share. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, yeah.
Because I told him it was like almost like he's a white guy. He's like his success story kind of.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like.
Here's pet project.
I'm kind of like his pet project, like his, almost if you will, like his
Yeah.
charity kid. But I
Yeah.
fucking.
But you,
I made my own fucking lane over there,
Yeah.
right? You know, even though I'm still the white man's whore.
You are the white man's whore.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah,
That's
you
okay
are.
though.
Yeah.
Are you like the only like Hispanic?
No,
or-
so it's funny, like the only fucking like Department of Color is the international department for the most part.
international,
Yeah.
department,
Yeah.
huh? Oh, that's good. It's
I,
very
like
diverse.
I'll fuck with the white people, make them feel a little bit uncomfortable. I say, "What you doing south of the border?" Whenever they come over there and talk to us and shit.
Hey, what do you like? Are you wearing like business like clothes and stuff?
Not anymore. I dress like a redneck. And I wear like a polo shirt, like
Oh,
jeans and like
okay.
boots.
You should grow out a mullet.
You should grow a mullet. I feel like that for your vibe.
My hair is fucking too kinky for that.
Too kinky. What
You
do
heard
you mean by that?
what I said.
Too kinky? I've never heard somebody refer to their hair as
Time out. I have. But hold on. Hey, wait.
Okay. Hey, be on that
Okay, listen to the podcast right here. This is a good stopping point.
Been on that couch changing his little mindset. It's funny when he walked in, he starts laughing and he sees me setting up the camera for the couch.
These niggas about to run a train on me.
Little do you know.
That I'm gay.
Hashtag Pride Month.
No, so I wanted to ask you, do the way you like you said like when you were like 15, you
Mhm.
had like that thought, oh, am I gonna make it at 16 or whatever?
Yeah.
So, do you think? How do I say this? How was it like living with like that paranoia?
It was fucking crazy, dude. Because I remember fucking walking down the block and shit. I remember chopping it up with one of my homeboys and shit. And I was like, man, if I don't see you again, kind of shit. Like, it was
Man,
really
that's crazy,
fucking,
yeah.
it's really paranoid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I mean, most kids aren't growing up that way, right?
No,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But it was like, if it wasn't one thing, it was another. Like, you know, not to like put too much business out there or whatever, right? But it was like one of those things where like every day was chaotic. One way or another, it was like fucking crackheads doing one thing or another, or some shit going down at my house, somebody getting shot. It was like a story for every fucking other weekend.
Do you have a crackhead story?
Do I have a? Yeah, there was a crackhead that had a fucking nest next to my mom's house,
A
right?
nest?
What do you
A
mean?
nest. So like this house burnt down, right?
Oh, like a crack den. Like
No,
that?
it was literally a nest,
Like a bird nest?
like a bird nest, but on the ground.
That's right. That's right. Were they feeding other crackheads? Like, what are we talking
So
about?
I don't know how the fuck this dude got this clothes, but he used to wear women's bell bottoms.
That's right.
Right.
Respect.
All right. So he looked kind of lit though.
Hey,
You
shout out to Harry
like
Styles. Hey, I ain't
you
mad
know
about
what
it.
I'm saying?
Yeah, go ahead.
And then so I'm talking, so I was like, hey, his name was John. And then fucking, I was like, hey, John, how'd you get addicted to crack? And he was like, it's good. And I
Why
was like,
would, that's what you asked
yeah,
him?
because he was like a neighborhood crackhead. Like,
Oh,
he used to
okay.
get fucking pissed off whenever me and my brothers would wash the cars. He'd be like, motherfucker. That's my money. Yeah, because we'd be stepping on his toes.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm
Alright.
saying?
Fair. Hey, fair.
There's
fair,
competition
fair.
in the hood.
Yeah. So one day, so like this house burns down. So like there were two houses that burned down, like literally one across from us and one to the far left of us. Well, like literally next door. So one of the houses burned down, and he was like one of the suspects and shit, right? But they
Well, was an arsonist?
because like you go next door, and we're like, what the fuck? Because like how the grass was fucking really high. And like you would have never been able to tell that he was sleeping there, but like it was like literally next to our driveway, so it was like
Oh,
weird
wow.
that we never saw it. So we go in there, we look, like you look over there, it's literally a fucking nest. You see his fucking little, like all his trash of his food, and he's like just laid up there. I was like, fucking John was making a life in this fucking nest.
Under the tall grass.
Oh my god.
It was a lot, bro. At one point, we had a crackhead on the top of our roof with a fucking sawed-off shotgun.
Huh?
Yeah,
Doing what?
For protection.
For y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all hired a little local crackhead. Hey, keep watch.
He don't got long range with the sawed-off shotgun,
That
but respect.
Hey, this motherfucker had 9 lives. This motherfucker, Louis probably knows Paul King. Everybody knows Paul King.
You probably gave him. Hey, can I be honest? You probably gave him $1 to go up there and do that. He probably was like,
My
I'll do it,
dad
for
gave
sure.
this man 3 pills, and he posted up all night.
I believe that. I believe that. I believe that. He took that like, hey, it was the end of the world. He said, I'm protecting the world.
This motherfucker was a nice watch for us. Well, I mean, because like, okay, it sounds funny to say, but we grew up around a lot of lovable crackheads. You know what I'm saying? That like looked out for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you missed about this, homeboy. You had my homeboy. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of shit, right?
Yeah.
So like these crackheads, like, you know, believe it or not, these crackheads have communities. You know, they all know each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, oh, you such and such a son. Yeah, but this and that and other. I remember one time walking out to my garage, there was a fucking crackhead there with her titties out. I was like, what the fuck? She was like, nothing. And she just walked out. I was like, what the fuck? It was so fucking weird, man.
Not gonna lie, crackheads scare me, bro. Because I feel like they're so unpredictable.
They're very unpredictable, but it's a lot of funny stories that come from it, though.
I saw one. I was in Austin not too long ago, and I had pulled up to
They're
the
probably just from California.
probably. Nah, she was like, I was at the gas station. She was tweaking, bro. She opened a dude's car and was like almost in it, like while he was trying to drive out. I was just like, oh,
He was fucking a crackhead.
probably. I was like, what if she come to me, bro? What do I do? I don't want to fight a crackhead. She was wilding, bro. I don't know. It's just.
Oh my
I
god.
remember one time one of my brothers, Ronaldo, the one that fucking finally grabbed on you, was like, what's up, little nigga? He was going to fight a crackhead. I was like, man, leave that nigga alone.
Yeah, because you don't want to fight a crackhead.
Yeah. He was a cool crackhead, too. He was like a
Yeah.
neighborhood crackhead. You know what I'm saying? They beat the shit out of him, but that crackhead gets a lucky punch. That crackhead gets a lucky punch.
You done.
It hit him in his tooth. It
Oh.
fucked up his tooth.
No way. What?
Probably my brother put the paws on him, right?
Oh, yeah.
Aw. Missing all his teeth. He's like, I'm gonna take one of yours.
He probably not even feeling it, bro.
Yeah, man. It was a lot of funny shit going on over there.
But I was saying, like, so now do you look back at it like, would you say you have any like PTSD from it?
Oh, for sure.
You for real?
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
That like
sure.
shows up even now?
I would say so. Like insecurities about like, you know what I'm saying, like I would say about like maybe not. I don't even know how to fucking describe it, bro. But it's just like I don't trust a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? But I have a hard time trusting people. Whatever the fuck. You know, like I live in well, I guess what you consider the suburbs, if you will, right?
Yeah.
And like there's like this little white kid knocking on the door, and he was like, "Oh, boy," I was like, "Get the fuck on, nigga!"
He found a little Boy Scout.
I was like, "Get the fuck on! We don't want that shit."
He's probably the most harmless little
Harmless
boy
as
too.
fuck.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
beat the dog shit out of him. I go to the door with a fucking knife. I look like Malcolm X when he's looking out the window with a knife and shit. You know what I'm saying? But like, I mean, I'm for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like some of those things, like they have to stick with you, right? Because
Yeah.
it's like I've seen a lot of things. Like there's been the point where one of my brother's good friends, whenever he was like maybe like mid-20s, early 20s and shit, got shot in front of my mom's house, and I'm literally one of the kids who was fucking putting towels on his stomach while he's bleeding out, dying.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I done seen a lot. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
As sorry,
Okay,
as
yeah.
far as like, and I guess that's the thing too, like to kind of play off what Chris said, like the traumatic or like the more like bad stuff that happened to you, it does kind of, I guess it does kind of carry over, right? Like it might hit you like here and there, right? But like you said, you kind of live like that. Like you're in a different, like you might almost like double lives. Like you know, you moved on, you grew up, you did your own thing now. Like you're successful, like in your own regard kind of thing. And you're just like, man, like that's, I guess you kind of do look back and like, man, that's kind of
Yeah,
wild,
like
you know?
even like now, I don't know if you have ever seen that fucking TikTok video when a car is just driving by and everybody just posted up and like kind of looks at the
Yeah,
car. That's
that's
me
me.
for
you
whatever
have your
reason.
moments, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I can't let my guard down at any given moment.
Yeah.
Like it's like even when I go out, like I don't get me wrong, I enjoy a fucking cocktail, as you know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like I can't let my guard down to a certain extent because I feel like somebody's trying to fuck me at the end of the day. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like somebody's trying to get over on me, and it's like even when like we go out with family, just family, and we're at a fucking bar or a club or whatever the fuck, once I see everybody having too much of a good time, I kind of slow down a little bit because, like, you got me fucked up if you think you're gonna run over here and fucking think you're gonna try to do something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I kind of play like the security, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I kind of like just chill, especially now at this age. Like, I'm not old by any sense.
No,
you
you're
know
not
what
old,
I'm saying?
dude. Dude, you're
Like,
29.
man,
That's
I'm
not old.
29 years old. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But like, having kids to put another 5 on you.
Yeah.
I was about to say none of us have kids, but I would probably.
You know what I'm
agree with
saying?
Yeah,
But
I
it's
think
like,
a lot.
but we're like, me and my wife are still young. You know what I'm saying? This, which is fucking Chris's cousin.
Yeah,
you know
my
what I'm
cousin,
saying?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, me and her been together since we were fucking. I was 18, 19 years old, and she
Damn.
was 20, 21 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So me and her grew up pretty much a lot together.
Together.
And I've been knowing her since I was 12.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
yeah.
wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've been knowing Jasmine since forever.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Yeah. I've been lusting after her for years.
Look at Louis. He's like, ew.
Nah, but you know what I'm saying? Like Jasmine knows me. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like, my dad was in prison and she was with I remember whenever my dad, he gets out of prison, right? And then my dad gets up. I was like, oh, Dad, look, this is my girl, whatever the fuck. It's like 10 o'clock at night. My dad gets up and his fucking, like, he couldn't wait. He couldn't put his pants on or nothing, right? Gets up in his fucking drawers and meets Jasmine. Jasmine was like, what the fuck?
Like you can grab a pair of pants.
Nah, you good, big homie. And he fucking just shakes her head and just like, what the fuck? And the next time my dad meets her, and then well, the following time he sees her again, my dad tells her, oh, mucho gusto and this and that or whatever the fuck. And she's like, he doesn't remember me. I was like, oh, fuck, I don't know. Because my dad, like, I think a lot of my personality comes from my dad, man, because this dude is the biggest bullshitter you will ever fucking meet, ever.
Oh, I can see you take it after that.
Yeah, man, my dad is a fucking bullshit. My dad will fucking tell you a story right before the climax and just walk away. You'll never hear the end.
He will edge you a little bit.
Yeah, he'll give you blue balls. And that's my
He's the type
dad.
of person for like, Matt, did you hear? And then you're like, what? Nah, never mind.
No, you good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
So would you say that you got like your, because I mean just like throughout this, right, you can tell like you are, you know, you storyteller. I'm sure you know there'll probably be plenty of other stories you could tell us that would have us like, damn, for real, like stuff like that. Would you say that you got a lot of that from him, like you?
Oh, for sure, man.
Yeah.
For sure, like being a salesman is like my dad. Okay, we used to go to the flea market when we were kids and shit. Every fucking weekend, it was like for sure we're gonna go to the flea market, right?
Yeah, trying to hustle, huh?
Yeah, trying to hustle. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We don't have shit, but we're
Yeah.
gonna sell a bunch of shit that ain't
Yeah.
worth the shit. And so we'd go over there. My dad would be like, "All right, look, we're gonna put about $50 on this shit. I really want 35, but if we sell it for 20, we good money." You know what I'm saying? And my dad will sell that shit for what he wants. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that's what I kind of where I got it off of. Like, that's what it's like. Me and my brothers and sisters, for that matter, like we're good salesmen for that kind of deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're all hustlers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like my dad would fucking get like little gigs and like buffing floors and shit. My dad does have no experience buffing floors.
He
But
gonna
my
figure
dad
it
would
out,
fucking,
though. He gonna figure it
you know what I'm
out.
saying?
Yeah.
He figured it out. He
Yeah.
bought a fucking buffing machine and figured it out. You know what I'm saying? It was
Yeah.
always like little shit going on, man. Like every weekend was full of something. You know what I'm saying? There was never a shortage of fucking stories or fucking experiences.
So I guess I want to ask you this, right? Because, you know, got my, I guess my brother-in-law's here and stuff. We talk about me and Chelsea every once in a while. We talk about kids and things like that. Being that you're a dad, right?
Mhm.
So you have, how many kids do you have?
I have two.
You have 2 kids. Okay.
Yeah.
So being that you have 2 kids, is there anything that you like, you feel like you will pass along to your children?
I would say I hope that the one thing I do pass along is because I'm like, I don't know. I mean, to most people, I don't know how the fuck it would come off, but like, I feel like I'm a go-getter. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like if I want something, I'm gonna go out there and go get it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna fucking sit back and wait for somebody to
Yeah.
give it to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of try to fucking like, if I want a job or whatever.
Yeah,
know what
you
I'm
set
saying?
you- yeah.
I set my goals and
Right.
I feel like for the most part I've accomplished them up to this point. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? I hope that's one thing, and I pass off to my kids is like, nothing is ever enough. I mean, to some people that might be fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you
No, I get what you're
because
saying,
you
though.
have to be like, some people are like just happy with what they have, but I'm not like that. Like, I'm not the kind of person that gets complacent.
You're
You know?
constantly chasing.
I'm constantly like,
Yeah.
I have other goals. Okay, once I hit something, I want to hit something else. And once
Yeah.
I'm there, this isn't enough. And,
Right.
and like, it's fucked up, but it's like, okay, looking at me now versus 7, 8, 9 years ago, I'd fucking be begging to be in the position I am in today, right?
Today, yeah.
But today, this position isn't enough. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm at in life, you know what I'm saying? I still want something more, you know what I'm saying?
There's always something to build on.
Yeah,
top
there's
of.
always
Yeah.
something to build on. I mean, I'm sure it's like that for a lot of people, but a lot of people will probably be like, hey, you know, you should be happy with what you got,
Yeah.
you know?
No,
But-
those are people who are weak. Those people are weak.
Yeah. They're subordinates.
Yeah.
Like you said, complacency. That's what it is. Complacency.
Yeah, and I can't be complacent, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes I might be too aggressive with like shit that I want, or even in my professional life, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
It's almost, not to cut you off, it's almost a weird thing though, right? But being in like professional life, because I learned, this is flipping weird, right? But I'm thinking about it now. Like flipping, just because I did that, I kind of did like a career change. And like, I was watching this whole thing about, someone was talking about like, there's people that will just kind of just tote the line and just do their thing. And then there's someone like that might be an outlier that might be like, nah, that's what I want. Like, I want that raise, or I want this, or I want that. Like, you know what you want. And a lot of times, like, it seems like we've become so like straight line, like we're doing that
Yeah.
one thing that we're just like, you know, the one person that sticks out, they're going to probably get it because they're like, everybody's just doing the same thing, right? Like, we're just kind of all just cruising, just doing that one thing. So it's kind of weird. I don't know. I was thinking about that because that happened recently where I'm just like, yeah, I'm just going to shoot for the, you know, stars.
because I
just
mean,
kinda see what
it's
happens.
easy, in my opinion, it's easy to get complacent, especially
Yeah.
in the career field that you pick, right? You know, like, I didn't finish like going at SFA. Once I got to SFA, you know, because that's where I went to school at fresh out of high school. I
Yeah.
transferred 2 times after that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never really found my footing in that shit. But like, it's just, it kind of comes down to like the first impression, like I told y'all earlier, or like the people you know.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the-
A lot of life is just networking.
yeah,
and
it's
stuff
just,
like
it's just
that. Yeah.
networking. That's really what it is at the end of the day, right? And it's kind of like, just because you study one thing doesn't mean that's what you're gonna do.
That's
Like
what
my
you're gonna
sister,
do,
for
yeah.
example, she's fucking hella successful with her fucking makeup deal, right? She studied to be a
Oh
teacher,
yeah.
Yeah.
but she is fucking just killing it with her
Killing it
makeup
with
deal.
that. Yeah.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
that might be her thing though,
That's,
right?
and that's her thing. She's
Yeah.
been doing it for fucking ever.
Yeah.
But she went to school to be a teacher. But shit, life just didn't
Life
work out
change-
that
yeah,
way. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? She can always go back. She has her degree and
Absolutely.
do all that shit. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And figure it out later on in life. But
Yeah.
right now, this is where she's killing at because this is where the market's taking you right now.
Exactly.
Especially in this day and age where in our age group, right? Everybody's all about appearance, especially Instagram. Instagram is fucking
Yeah.
end all be all and shit,
Yeah.
right?
And that's
You know what
always
I'm
going to be an open market.
saying? Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a market for it, so
Yeah.
make as much money as you can. At the end of the day, it's all about fucking dollars and cents.
Hey,
You're trying to
man.
make as much as you fucking
Exactly.
can. Fuck your career path and then wherever
No,
this shit takes you.
Okay, I'm looking here. Hey, chill
Fuck
out,
teachers.
teacher, bro.
Fuck
Chill,
teachers.
chill.
Fuck teachers.
Who needs them? Am I right?
Fuck teachers.
Who needs education? Drop out. Just playing.
Mr. Mangivar, can you make me a drink?
Meester.
Meester?
No, but I get what you're saying, and that's the thing too. You're in that corporate world, so that's tricky, man.
And it's all in
That's
gas,
tricky.
though, too. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of walk a fine line with, like,
Yeah.
fucking... Okay, because at the end of the day, right? Okay. I think it's political. So like, I kind of walk a fine line with that shit, right? Because like some certain things I agree with on either side. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I kind of find myself a lot in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Because oil and gas, you know what I'm saying, that kind of leans one way more so than the other.
Yeah.
You know, but it's kind of like you find out you walk a fine line picking what you believe in versus your pockets. Because at the end of the day, what makes the world go round is your money. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta
that
feed the
money
family,
puts
right?
you up,
Yeah.
man. Food and
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it gets really tough sometimes, you know what I'm saying, to align yourself with certain people, but certain people align themselves more to what feeds your family.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like my wife, for example, she's real liberal in a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, she understands. Well, I hope she would understand, right? That we're oil and gas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people in this area are. You know, we're oil and gas. We depend off this shit.
Yeah, my dad works in the.
You know what I'm saying?
oil-
And so
yeah.
it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Like you pick one side or you pick the other. Like imagine me rolling up to my fucking job with a Tesla. People will be like, "Who the fuck is this guy?
But that's the funny thing though, because I mean, all these Exxon people, that's what they're rolling in. I mean,
Yeah,
doing
but
their-
that's the
yeah.
thing. But it's kind of like it's very contradictory.
It is very contradicting, I guess.
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
true.
So it's kind of like it's a fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like when your beliefs and ideals aligned a certain way, and then you were raised in a certain environment, and now you live in a certain environment.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you have to balance the two.
Yeah.
So, but me myself, I'm a chameleon. At work, I'm like, yeah, fuck them guys, right?
Build a wall.
Yeah, let's build that motherfucker. Build that bitch 20 feet tall.
Put some barbed wire on top.
Let's put some snipers on that motherfucker.
Get them watch tires up, boy.
Right? But like, you know, in reality, it's like, I mean, shit, my fucking mom swam across that river. My dad
Yeah.
swam across that river. My fucking sister was smuggled, you know what I'm saying, by a fucking coyote.
Yeah.
By a fucking coyote and shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, you walk a fine line because had it not been for illegal immigration, I wouldn't be here today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, me and Chris could attest to this. Puerto
Yeah.
Rico.
I can't.
Puerto
I'm sorry.
Rico.
Puerto Rican oil.
Shout out to my boy.
But you know what I'm saying though? It's
Yeah,
like
I know, yeah.
it's like you walk a fine line, especially in the industry that I'm in, with oil and gas, because it's like assimilate or get the fuck out.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And then we live in Texas, you know, so it's like oil and gas is bread and butter.
Everywhere.
Everybody in some way, shape, or form.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Is
saying?
attached to it. Yep.
Yeah, like maybe not you, but somebody you love is
So
attached
you-
to
There's
this.
gonna be
Somebody
someone in the
you
family or
guarantee.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, you know, so you walk a fine line between, and everything gets political nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yeah.
you know, just watch what you say.
At the end, hey, everything.
Just
you
watch
say,
what you say.
hey, watch what you say.
Just watch what you say.
I
Because
like
some people,
that.
because like I was at lunch today with one of the customers and shit, right? And we're fucking putting them down. You know, so we're chilling, hanging out and shit, like, and this dude is kind of like in between and shit, and I'm like, oh fuck oil and gas and this, and I'm like, you realize you work for an oil and gas company,
Yeah.
right? And I was like, whatever, dude. Like, I was like, yeah, fuck oil and gas, yeah, fuck them all. And, you know, he's like, cousin, you gonna buy my shit or what?
I got these drums back here. I need y'all to buy. What we gonna do, bro? Oh my god.
Man.
Well, what are we at?
I think that's a good stopping point, you know. I want to first say thank you. It's been a long time coming.
It's been a very long time coming. Hopefully we get canceled.
No,
I
no,
think-
no. I think this was a good episode.
No, I think. Hey, listen. I think you killed it. I'll say it on here on the
Yeah.
record. I think you killed it. And in the future, I have a great idea. I'll talk about off camera for
Oh,
us
man,
to
let's do it.
I have a great idea. So that'll
yeah,
be.
we can have you
that'll
back
be,
on, talk about
Yeah,
some more
absolutely.
research.
Hey, you're
I know
welcome
you
back.
have a lot more of that.
Oh,
tomorrow.
I'm sure.
Oh,
this
it's
is
plenty.
not-
It's plenty.
Yeah,
plenty
yeah,
coming from that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But
Hold on, real quick. I just reminded me
Go
one
ahead.
time.
Go ahead.
I remember one time for my daughter's birthday. I forgot what it was, right? No, it wasn't her birthday. She gets locked inside the house or outside of the house. And then I call her. No, she was locked in the house and I was locked outside, right? In fact, when we at our old place, we used to do
Yeah.
that. She was like, she calls me on FaceTime on her iPad, right? And she's like 3 years old. She's like, Daddy, I'm locked out. And I was like, baby, just unlock. You see that shit? And she pointed the camera at the lock, right? And she was like, I said, baby, just unlock it right here. I can't. My arms are tired. She was like, oh my God, I can't.
tired.
She gave up so fucking much. And I was like, baby, just turn it. I can't. And like after 30 minutes. Because she was trying to hold the iPad up, right? And trying to turn
No,
the
baby,
shit.
put it down. I don't want to.
Because I needed her to hold it up
Yeah.
for me to see that it's unlocked or whatever.
Yeah.
It was so funny. I don't know how the fuck I got there, but
It's okay. It's okay, bro. You're fine. You're fine. Good.
No, you did good. I really enjoyed you having me over. So if you guys want to check us out on our socials, it's going to be NP Podcast _ on Instagram and NP _ podcast on Twitter, where we'll post, future episodes, questions. You can find the links to our YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, everything in the bios of those accounts.
So I noticed this the other day. We're rounding what are we at? What episode is this? This is 9. What?
Almost 100. We're getting
Oh
there.
shit!
Almost
we're getting
100 is it?
Yeah.
I said 9. Like we're about to be 1,000.
No, no, I think it's like 95, I believe.
Yeah, so we're
Yeah.
rounding 100. So maybe we can do something special for the 100.
Yeah.
I know we've been talking about it for a while, but I got a few
Yeah.
interesting
We're gonna
things
get
that I think
drunk.
we can. Maybe we can have the
You should do
stripper
a
come
couples
back.
episode.
You said what?
A couples episode.
We get drunk. I think we
A
should get
couples
A
episode?
couples episode.
I don't know.
So she could tell all your fucking vices and how you pick your fucking toes and smell them and shit.
Well,
drunk. Hey,
if
he already be airing it out.
If you
so-
listen to last one, I super aired it out, and she has not heard it. Hey, real quick, I'm winded on this. Yesterday, she was listening to a podcast, and she was like, "Oh, I haven't listened to all of it. But, like, I listened to half of it, the last one, where
Yeah.
I talked about she farted on my head, and like straight up, I was like, "Oh, babe, no, let's watch the show that we were watching. Like, let's go." And she like, "Oh yeah, like, I'll cut it off." So she she doesn't even know. She's gonna get
No,
so
nobody
mad.
listens to the ending of that podcast.
She's gonna get
anyway.
so mad when she hears it, dude. Like, oh my god, I didn't want to talk about that. But no, like her said, dude, you're welcome back anytime. We'll definitely have you back. And dude, you killed it, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Hey, hit me up whenever I get back from Trinidad. I'm sure I'm gonna have some stories.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, hey, go wild. Hey, content. That's what we always call it, content. Just go wild and you save some stories.
I'm a fucking walking content creator.
Dude, do it. Hey.
Hey, maybe one day we'll have you and Louis on.
Oh my
You
god,
can talk
no,
about your
because we
shared
won't shut the
stories.
fuck up.
Dude,
Hey, that's why we gotta have you on. 'Cause
I'm
you
gonna
kinda-
lie.
hey.
Them two is it's like the way I see it is like unstoppable force, unmovable object.
Yeah. I don't know for what reason too. I just want to have y'all
Just
wrestle.
talking,
I don't know
just
why.
talk-
No, I want to have y'all wrestle. I want to have a wrestle. I don't know why.
Just lube them up.
Yeah, I
real
want
good.
both of y'all to move up and just wrestle. Hey, he's looking like he don't want to do it. Henry's down though.
I'm down.
He's always down, baby. All right, but other than that, guys, I want to say, Henry, thank you for coming on, dude. It was an absolute pleasure. Thank you for coming on, Louis. Thank you for being the side guest. You know, we appreciate you having you. You know, shout out to you. But other than that, guys, I want to appreciate you guys for listening and for tuning in once again, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Later.